Hi again, everyone. Ed the Finance Guy. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm very happy that there's people watching the video. I'm not just speaking to myself, so keep tuning in. I just wanted to mention about credit repair. For about 8 years, I had a credit repair radio show, and I spoke about credit repair frequently. And I have a website if you want to read and learn things about credit repair. The website is giveyourselfcreditonline.com. So it's giveyourselfcreditonline.com. Go on the site, read what I wrote about credit repair, and know, even if you have bad credit, it could be fixed. You send letters to the bureaus, you send letters. Sometimes you have a $20 debt that you owe somebody, which is driving your score down 20, 30 points. There are ways of fixing your credit. Now, I'm going to have a 3-part video of credit repair and what you should do to fix your credit. But what's going to happen with COVID now, everyone's paying their bills late. A lot of times the credit card company is giving you a 3-month grace, so they won't report lates on there at all. But what happens after the 3 months, that if you can't make the payment? Try to make the payment, try to make the minimum payment just to keep it going so that you can at least keep your credit good. You know, having bad credit affects a lot of things. If you have bad credit, your car insurance will be higher. If you want to get a mortgage, of course, the rate's going to be higher. So having bad credit affects a lot of things. Also, when you go for a job, they pull your credit and they want to see what's on your credit report. If they see you owe the IRS money, they're not too happy. They may not hire you just for that reason. They also go on social media now to see if they want to hire you. But credit is something they definitely look at, and it definitely affects you negatively. And for years, I had bad credit, and that's why I learned to get into the credit repair business. I fixed my credit, and I could fix your credit if you need help. If you need any help with that, call me at 516-205-0722. That's my personal cell phone number. If you have questions, problems, call me. If you have any kind of outstanding debt and they're calling you crazy, sometimes these companies call you 10 times a day. You could stop that from happening by sending them a letter. It's called a cease and desist letter. This is just one piece of advice. You write a letter saying that starting this date, I do not want you calling me at my work or my home at all. And that I'm tape recording my calls, and if you call, there'll be a fine. And there is a fine for a company that calls you after they get a cease and desist letter, and that fine could be $1,000. So if you tell them not to call you and you send a letter, certified mail, calling a cease and desist letter, you can get a copy online if you want. Go on Google, cease and desist. But it's very simple. It's just going to tell you, please stop calling my phone, my home, my work, because sometimes they can be very annoying. They can call your parents' house, they can call your job, they can start trouble. So again, if you have a bill from a company, you can't afford to pay it right now, and you don't want to get hassled, you write a cease and desist letter. That will stop the calls. That won't happen anymore. So that's just one point that you should be aware of. But after the COVID, if you're late on your payments, you're gonna have an issue. They're going to put down that you were late on your payments. There's no way around that. They're going to put that on your credit report. But what you could do is on your credit report, you could put a 1-line statement, and it could explain what went wrong. Why are you late? So on the 1-line statement, you could write COVID, unemployed, and whoever looks at your credit report, your score might be a little lower, but whoever looks at your credit report is going to see that you had a reason for being late. So that's something you could do too. You could always add a statement to your credit report saying what's going on in your life, why are you late, why are you having a problem paying. But try to stay as positive as you can. I've seen people with terrible, terrible credit, and a year later the credit was better. It's not the end of the world if your credit is low. Not everybody's looking to borrow money all the time. If you're looking to buy a house, yeah, it's terrible if your credit's low. If you're retired and credit's not that important and you're not able to pay your credit card bills, then you just call them and say, I can't make the payment. I don't have any money. There's nothing they can really do. They're not going to get a judgment against you. Courts are closed. It's expensive to get a judgment against you. If I owe $100, they're not going to spend $1,000 to get a judgment against me. So again, with credit repair, there are ways of repairing your credit. And there are things that you should do. Again, if you can possibly pay the minimums on your credit card just until things get better, do that. But tune in. There will be a 3-part program on credit repair, and I'm hoping to help people with credit. Go on my site, giveyourselfcreditonline.com. I have 10 1-hour shows that are on my site that you could listen to and learn from. I speak about many different things, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, letters that you should send to the bureaus. Tune in. It doesn't cost anything to listen and learn. One good thing about learning is very often you could learn for free. You could pull up a book online, on a Kindle. You could learn things on Google. Try to learn as much as you can. Knowledge is power is what I always say. Remember, be safe, be smart, keep tuning in. This is Ed the Finance Guy. I'll see you next time.